Good morning, friends. Welcome to Dinesh Miglani tutorials. That's our session number 4 of the medieval India series. Right. Till time we have studied about all the dynasties starting from slave dynasty, right? Then Tughlaq dynasty, Khilji dynasty, and last that is Lodi dynasty, which was ended in 1526. Right. Now this session is dedicated to the literature and monuments of Delhi Sultanate. And we know that Delhi Sultanate, which started somewhere in the year of 1206 with Qutbuddin Aibak, and it ended in around 1526, right? After the Mughals came into power in India. You may like my Facebook page Dinesh Miglani tutorials for more videos. For contacting me, you may call at my number 092-155-14435. My email ID legalbuddy@gmail.com. For regular updates of my videos, you may subscribe my YouTube channel @Dinesh Miglani tutorials. I expect from you to share my videos on your Facebook wall as well as with your friends so that they will also be benefited by this. Let us start with this session of monuments and literature of Delhi Sultanate. First of all, we start with the architectural features of the Sultanate period, right? The first architectural construction erected by Qutbuddin Aibak. As we know that Qutbuddin Aibak, he erected the first architectural structure, which is basically known as Quantul Islaman. It's a mosque, right? So basically that mosque is primarily named as Quantul Islam Mosque at Delhi, right? Basically, it was built on the plinth of a Hindu temple. There was a Hindu temple, right? A Hindu temple के अवशेषों के ऊपर that mosque has been made. So that is basically named as Quantul Islam Mosque, right? The next Turkish building erected at Ajmer is a mosque that is Dhai Din Ka Chopda. Dhai Din Ka Chopda. A number of exams this question has been asked, right? So that is also made by Qutbuddin Aibak. Then Turkish architecture, that is Qutub Minar. We all know that Qutub Minar was started by Qutbuddin Aibak, right? And it was finally completed by Iltutmish. Okay, right. And next we have Iltutmish, beside completing the Qutub Minar, added some more buildings in the prominent tomb, that is Sultan Gari. Right. When we talk about the Iltutmish, what he has done, he has not only made this, he has not only completed the Qutub Minar, right, but also added some more thing into it. He also made a building that is named as Sultan Gari. Sultan Gari, that is basically made by Iltutmish, right. Balban built his palace known as the Red Palace. His tomb is in Delhi, is purely Persian in execution, right. The palace of the Balban is named as Red Palace, that is being made by the Balban, right. The Khilji monarch Alauddin was a great builder and erected many buildings, right. That Alauddin Khilji, he made many buildings. Two of his famous buildings are very famous. First one is Jamaat-e-Khana Masjid. The first building is said to be Jamaat-e-Khana Masjid, right. That's the shrine of Nizamuddin Aulia, right. And the second one is famous Darwaja at the Qutub Minar, right. The both buildings are being made by Alauddin Khilji, right. He also built Siri Fort Hazar Sutum. He also built Siri Fort, right. So primarily all these are the contribution of Alauddin Khilji. So these are the basic buildings made by these Sultanate. Let us take it into the table format so that you are in a position to have all the things in the mind, right. Qutbuddin Aibak, that is Quantul Islam Mosque in Delhi, right. Dhai Din Ka Jhopda, that is in Ajmer, and Qutub Minar at Delhi, right. The Qutub Minar was started by Qutbuddin Aibak, but finally it was completed by Iltutmish. Right. Next we have Alauddin Khilji. What Alauddin Khilji has made, he made Alai Darwaja, right, at the entrance of the Qutub Minar building, right. It's a door, right, that is being made at the entrance of Qutub Minar. Siri Fort, his capital place, right. Mahal that he made, that is Hazari Sutum as well as Alai Minar. So these four are the major contribution of Alauddin Khilji that he had made, right. First one is Alai Darwaja, right. That is the entrance of Qutub Minar, Siri Fort, Mahal, Hazari Sutum, and Alai Mandir. Then we have Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. He made Tughlaqabad city, right. That is basically also named as Fort City, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. Next we have Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq also contributed. He made Jahanpana. He made a building which is named as Jahanpana Satpulia. Right. He founded Adilabad. So that place has been founded by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Right. As well as Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Firoz Shah Kotla that he made, Jamima Masjid, Kusak-i-Sikar. Right. He founded the city of Jaunpur as well as Firozpur. Right. He constructed Hoje Khas and Qutub. He constructed Hoje Khas and Katab Minar. Right. So basically, number of contributions are there of the kings of this time periods. So they have made this. Similarly, Sikandar Lodi, he made Agra city. He established the city of Agra in 1502. Right. And he also made Lodi Garden in Delhi. He also found Lodi Garden in Delhi. Right. So all these are the contribution of different sultans and monuments of Delhi Sultanate. Right. Next we have a literature of Delhi Sultanate. When we talk about the literature, number of books are there. Let us take it one by one. First one is Tazur Masir. First one is Tazur Masir Hasan Nizami. Tazur Masir, right. This is the first historical narrative of which deals with the beginning of the Muslim rule in India. The name of the book is Tazur Nasir, right. The author gives in detail the military exploits of Qutbuddin Aibak, right. The author does not mention Aram Shah but describes the event of Iltutmish's reign up to 1217. The author of the book was Hasan Nizami, right. So that book is said to be Tazur Masir. That basically talks about the time period of Qutbuddin Aibak and Iltutmish. That basically talks about the time period of Qutbuddin Aibak as well as Iltutmish, right. It talks about how Iltutmish has plundered in India, right. About his military exploits. So the first name of the book is Tazur Masir. The second book is Tabakat-e-Narisi, right. So that book is written by Minhaj Siraz, right. Is the name of the author, right. Siraz produced an elaborate history of the Islamic world in 23 compact volumes of the books. He started with the account of earlier prophet and ancestors of Muhammad, right. So that book has around 23 volumes, right. In all the volumes, they talked about earlier prophets, right, as well as ancestors of Muhammad. That is Tabaqat-e-Narisi. Then we have Amir Khusro, right. Work of Amir Khusro. Amir Khusro was the first and the by far most prominent representative of Indo-Muslim culture of early medieval India, right. His major work include number of books he has written, Quran-e-Sadin, Miftah al-Futuh, right. All these are the names of the book. The main book is that is Tughlaq-Nama. Sometimes this question have been asked in the examination. Tughlaq-Nama, who has written the book, that book has been written by Amir Khusro, right. Then we have Deval Rani Khidri Khani, right, is entitled Ashika. The name of the book is said to be Ashika, Ashqiua. The name of the book is said to be Ashika, right. It narrates the romantic story of Khizr Khan, son of Alauddin, and Deval Rani, the daughter of Rana Karan of Gujarat, right. So all these are, that books is basically Ashika. So that book talks about the love story of Khizr Khan. That book talks about the love story of the Khizr Khan as well as daughter of Rana Karan, and name of the daughter is Deval Rani. Deval Rani, right. Next we have Tughlaq-Nama. Earlier I told you that book is written by Amir Khusro. That book has been written by Amir Khusro. That is said to be Tughlaq-Nama to commemorate the victory of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq over the Khurram Khan. Basically, Tughlaq-Nama basically talks about the victory of the Ghiyasuddin over the Khurram Khan, right. Then we have Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi. Tariq-e-Firoz Shahi, that has been that book has been written by Ziauddin Barani. Ziauddin Barani, the book preserves the history of the Delhi Sultanate for the period of 1259 to 1352, right. So that book talks about the history of the period of 1259 to 1352. It gives a history of 9 rulers from Balban to Firoz Shah Tughlaq, right. Barani write-up, including the narrative of Firoz Tughlaq, constitutes a standard work of history, which establishes his reputation as premier historian of his age, right. So the name of the book is said to be Tariq-e-Firoz-e-Shahi. That book talks about 1259 to 1352, and it talks about around 9 rulers in that period. The name of the author is Ziauddin Barani. He was a famous historian. Next we have Fatwa-e-Jahandari, that is also written by that person Barani, right? It's a complimentary volume of Tariq-e-Firoz-Shahi. Okay. Then we have Firoz Shah Tughlaq's autobiography, right? Firoz Shah Tughlaq has left a brochure of 32-page in autobiographical writing named as Futuwat-e-Firoz-e-Shahi, right? Firoz Shah Tughlaq biography name is, that's the name of the Firoz Shah Tughlaq biography, Futuhat-e Firoz-e-Shahi. Firoz-e-Shahi, that is basically a 32 pages autobiography of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, right? Then we have Tariq-e-Firoz-e-Shahi, written by Shams-e-Siraj Afif, right? Tujuq-e-Mubarak Shahi, right? So all these books have been written by the different authors, as well as Ibn Battuta, right? So we know that Ibn Battuta was an Arabian traveler, adventurer from Morocco. His book is primary source of history of the region of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Basically, Ibn Battuta was a person who belongs to, he was an Arab traveler, right? He was in the time period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He was in the time period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? And he has written a book that is said to be Kitab-e-ur-Rihla. The name of the book of the Ibn Battuta is Kitab-e-ur-Rihla, right? So that is written by Ibn Battuta, and he was in the time period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? His book was a primary source of history of the region of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. It throws light on the socio-political condition of his times, right? So when we talk about all these type of literatures, the major term that is the major books that are generally asked in the examination is, when we take it one by one, that is Tazur Masir, right? Tubukte-i-Narisi and Tughlaq-Nama, Amir Khusro, right? Tariq-e-Firoz-e-Shahi, Ziauddin Barani, right? As well as all these books that are generally asked in the examination. Moreover, Ibn Battuta question, he was in the time period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? So generally there is a confusion between the Fahayan and Ibn Battuta. When we talk about this Ibn Battuta, he was in the period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq in 13th century, right? And and when we talk about the Fayan, he was at a period of Chandragupta period, right? So that Ibn Battuta Kitab-e-ur-Rihla, the name of the book of Ibn Battuta is Kitab-e-ur-Rihla, right? And he was in that time period of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? So that is about the monumental as well as the literature history of this Delhi Sultanate period that vary from 1206 to 1526. So this is end to our session of monumental and architectural as well as the literature history of the Delhi Sultanate period, in which we try to cover the major monuments made by Delhi Sultans, starting from Qutbuddin Aibak to Ibrahim Lodi, right? Thank you very much. You may send your feedback to me at my email ID legalbuddy@gmail.com or connect me on my Facebook @Dinesh Miglani Tutorials. My WhatsApp number 092-155-14435. I expect from you to share my videos on your Facebook wall as well as with your friends, so that they will also be benefited by this. Thank you very much.